Salute, salute, salute. Better at ranking, man. Better at ranking. What's going on? So, Danny Myers and Tay Rock. Yeah, it's still talking. I'm a little late on this space, but I want to hear Geechi Gotti and Surf talk about this Tay Rock and Danny Myers, man. Y'all make sure y'all let me know in the comments who y'all had again. I'll wait till it drop on at least the app. Then I'm gonna ask y'all the consensus. You know what I'm saying? Before anybody move up and down. Salute to the gang. Let's get it. Let's get it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Share, 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 share.
We just waiting.
I'm waiting on the judges to pop up. That's all.
Two of them already dropped their votes.
All right, cool.
So we 2-0. We got a couple more judges. All I need is one more vote.
Hey, yo, I ain't gonna lie. I just told Smack. I said, "Hey, Smack, respectfully, y'all. All right, y'all done had 36 months, bro. It's over. Let's go back to the issue, bro. It's over. You're done." I said, "This." I left the battle. I said, "Captain, pack all this shit up. You a white man. Grab the bags. Microphone.
Hey, Cole was the judge.
We going back to. It's over for LA. Y'all done. It's over.
We done.
Yo, what's the word, man?
You hear me, Geechi? Y'all is done. Y'all.
That's fucked up.
Y'all are done. LA is.
We didn't even get no big events yet. For what?
Nah, it's a wrap, bro. I took a Smack.
It's a caffeine. He trying to say they was doing too much for Danny Myers already out the rip, painting narratives for his own teammate. I ain't mad. I ain't mad.
Bro, yo, I've never seen, bro. That Geechi, they don't gas you like that. Stick so crit, they don't gas you.
That wasn't gas, bro.
No, listen, hold on, time out, because
I'm gonna let you talk.
If you watch me, I'm responding to Danny's bar. Like I ain't disrespect Danny. Not I'm responding to his bars.
No,
like if you watch, I'm sure once you watch this footage, it's like literally one side of the room is like when me and you battle, the whole stage is responding, regardless of, you know what I mean. When I battle John, like the whole stage is responding when I'm like when a nigga's round is good. Watch, like I'm not saying me specifically. Watch a nigga rounds. When a nigga is wilding, like when any battle, go to any of my last three. When I'm wilding, the whole stage is responding. Like at no point is the whole stage when Danny got bars. Like he is wilding to me. To me personally, Danny is going crazy. I'm not talking about his bars.
There's no way the whole room didn't react. We heard it. All you gotta do is listen to the footage. He trying to act like when we hear the footage or see the footage that we're not gonna be able to just see that this is a lie. He forgets that people actually tape the videos, record the actual tape. We see it. What are you talking about? So what side of the stage reacted when he said his first couple of bars, the new expression bar? What side? You said at no point the whole crowd. What side of the stage? Because he went into rock side and said that, and all of y'all reacted even on that side. So what are you talking about? So I say, y'all, he talks so fast, and we can make it seem like, oh, he just saying that most of the time in the battle, but he just said, but what'd he say? I listened close. At no point, why would you say that? See, it's gonna be a long night already. I already can tell.
Literally just talk about crowd reaction, not bars. Literally just crowd reaction. Danny was wilding. I will say it again. Danny was wilding. I will repeat one more time. Danny was wilding. I'm talking about the manner in which the room was acting. Like that shit is literally split down the middle. Like they were bugging in there. I'm talking about niggas is punching each other. One nigga hitting the eye and shot. Cause like he ain't say nothing that crazy. That you just punched him. Niggas was in there acting.
Now I say this. It was judgment and all that. I say
that's why I had to start all the extra. That shit was making me mad, low key.
You turned up and you did what you were supposed to do for your man. But my thing is this from me watching it at home, right? Just me watching it at home. I'm looking at it from the first round. Rock, he did good. It was a solid round.
And Rock. And not to cut you off, Rock got the clip third too. Like don't let the gas surprise you. That third round was 2 minutes. Let's be clear. Two crazy rebuttals.
I had Rock winning the third.
I was about to say, hold up. Nah, I'm just saying, when I jumped on my Twitter, I just seen mad. I seen 30s like as if, no, we niggas was like this material, so you just give him the third. That ain't how that go. He had a 2 minute third. I looked up like, wait, is that?
That's a fact.
That's not a fact.
Both his other rounds was 4.
Yeah,
2 minutes? Oh, he just saying 2 minutes without the crowd reaction. How do you know that? So how you know he ain't rushed through it? His round was at least 3.5 minutes, at least. He got mad bars from his third written down. How's only 2 minutes? What is he talking about, y'all?
That's a fact. No. The judges who broke it down, they everybody kind of was on the same page. I know Cola finna drop it, but what I was finna say ain't got nothing to do with who he picked to win or lose. What I was just finna say is, for me watching it as a fan, the gas part, the reason I take it away is when a nigga say a bar, Rock say something cold. The dominoes, the fucking rebuttals, all that's any room anywhere in the world. When a nigga hit with a fire rebuttal,
that nigga was at. I ain't gonna lie. The rebuttals was hitting. He had 2 or 3. He
took the momentum. You know what's the such.
I'll just tell y'all right now exactly how long his round was. Just say anything. He started at 34, 30, and ended at 39 on the head. 34, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, almost 39, almost 5 minutes. With the crowd reaction, of course. That's what I'm saying. When you actually listen to the round, do your own math instead of say anything. It be behoove you to wait till freaking stats come out before, or do some stats of your own instead of just coming off the freestyle saying things. It makes you look stupid or biased. You know what I'm saying? Just biased, which is cool. You can be biased if you want to, but somebody's gonna counter that.
I think it's momentum. Once the momentum rising, it's gonna trail. It just happens like that.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm not gonna.
You can't move the goalposts.
For me as a judge, I'm not using no word like momentum in a battle based in LA. And if it's 50 people on the stage and 33 of them is from LA, we're not talking about momentum. Because when Danny says, "Yo, the momentum shifts automatically," that's the part that niggas not really understand. I'm not talking about bars though. Geechi, I'm just talking about watching. We just talking about still just the crowd. The momentum is going to switch every time. Soon as Danny, if they would have went 5 rounds, every time after Rock rap, they're gonna go crazy because that's what's going to happen. Like the momentum switch automatically if we're in the middle of we in South Central damn near.
Yeah, but home court advantage is going to be a thing regardless. Like even if he was adopting.
Hold on. Let me say this: when the face-off dropped, didn't nobody talk shit about no momentum. They said, "Oh, Rock gonna wild on niggas. This and that." When the face-off happened, that was just last night. But now, I'm not saying what you saying ain't realistic, but it's just wild to me that like coincidental that.
Wow. Don't jump in screaming royalty if you ain't gonna say nothing. Come on, sir. You just said like the face off don't have nothing to do with what we just heard in the crowd. How we know that the crowd gonna be biased or give Danny Myers crazy reactions? We don't know that until it actually happened. And then we got to make an excuse or make it make sense. Be like, oh, it's because he's on the West Coast. Oh, it's because he was in the middle of South. Right. Should we have known that already and maybe would have said it in our recap on our predictions? Maybe we should have did that. But that just comes with the territory. Like we were saying, if y'all at home, you're gonna have sort of a home court advantage. But we don't expect y'all to do too much. Still got to be somewhat unbiased.
Okay, then wild out. The crowd fuck with it, and now it's oh, it don't even matter about like now it matter where niggas at. But that's Rock, nigga. Niggas know Rock. Niggas.
It still was a battle of material.
Wait, but but the conversation. But
Cola do his because we got more and we got.
But Dad, we're not even talking about. We're not even like what we talking about right now is not even rap stuff. We're literally just talking about like environment. We're not talking about raps. We already established that. I said 10 times Danny was fired. So why go back and say niggas like we're not talking about raps at all. We're just talking about environment, how the battle looks. That's all we speak about. Because listen, what I say don't matter. Whatever the judge says is how it's going to happen. That's how, on Crip. That's how we rock it. Whatever the judge say, that's it. So I'm not speaking on it. I'm literally just speaking on the environment of how the battle looks to me. I have no problem watching this battle and seeing it from assessing both sides. I'm like, yo, they're being extra. Like Geechi already said it. So I mean, cuz everybody said it. Like I'm not saying nothing about Danny Burns. His material was A1. Period. His material was A1. I'm talking about why I'm just speaking on how I'm in the room the same way Geechi say he watching it. I'm in the room watching the battle, and I'm like, yo, damn. The whole room not responding.
You good? Is that me?
No, I just think he might have took a call or something.
Let Cole trying to sway. Sound like he's trying to sway the judges.
Yeah, nah. So what I was saying, I'm not the conversation. That's specific conversation.
Yeah, no, hey, sir, I get what you're saying.
I'm like, you feel me? So my thing is this, like, and I'm talking about anybody that's like when Geechi is stepping, like when Geechi was just stepping on Lux in there, like it was the whole stage going crazy. The whole stage is going crazy when Geechi's going crazy. That's all I'm saying. So I'm not speaking on me. I'm speaking on like, yo, when Geechi is rapping, the whole room, east or west, is stepping. It's like when Danny rapping, it's like the whole West is just going extra crazy. So it's very, very easy to be like, all right, what Danny is saying is better than what Rock is saying. Very easy. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying Danny. I'm a rapper, so I don't give a fuck what a fan say or what a judge say. Like, I hear Danny material and say, yo, this is A1 material. If Rock isn't at a, you feel me? Even if I want to rate it, if I want to say Danny's material is anywhere from a 90 to a 95. Rock has to be in there somewhere for this to be close. Now, whichever way you call it, if you want to say Rock was an 89 or Rock was in the 90s or whatever, that's fine. I'm not disputing that. What I'm just talking about is how extra they're going. So if I'm just watching it on a chill watch, I'm like, so now imagine this, right? A nigga say something fire, but everybody else ain't going as fire. So I'm like, all right, that's fire. But then another nigga say something that's as equally fire, but everybody else going dumb. So I'm like, all right, that must have been a little more fire than what that other nigga was saying. Because, you know what I'm saying? That's all. I'm talking about the crowd, how a crowd can affect something. That nigga bars was immaculate. You won't hear me say anything else. All that shit was creative. It was immaculate. His performance, he maneuvered around the room good. Like, you know what I mean, nigga? When it's time to talk to surf, I'm walking the surf, nigga. When it's time to, you feel me? When it's time to look back and say homies, you know the shit I like, the technical part. When he talking about the homies, he point back and look at the homies. Danny doing everything he's supposed to. I ain't say nothing about that. You don't see one tweet about that. I'm just like, damn, they was weirded out in the room. Like 6-0, bro. You wasn't in there. They don't, the way they was acting, they don't do that for you. Dead homies, they don't. It was just a lot.
Yeah, no, me watching it, I gave love to both sides in my critique. As I'm looking at it, the bars that I feel Rock had was hard. I'm tweeting.
And that's what I was screaming to royalty. I'm like, yo, cuz, I'm responding when Danny shit is hot too. If y'all niggas act normal, like we're all in here regular, this won't, like, I mean, that's all I'm saying. Like, y'all niggas is being extra. That's what I was saying. That was when I was talking.
I guess we can speak from like the viewer's standpoint, and like watching it, Tay-Rock was on fucking fire. Like he was like, I'm hyping every
so look,
fucking
and that's what and no funny shit, like standing there, I like, and to hear that from a view, I'm like, all right, cool, because I can't see it from your angle. I don't feel like, and it's just me assuming because I'm in the room. I'm like, I don't know what the assumer, like how the consumer is receiving.
No, I felt how you feel.
Right. Sir. Right. That's what I'm saying.
How can you feel how he feel? You at home?
Because he might feel like hold on, because last week he was Geechi Greedy Gotti. No,
I'm just saying it's impossible to feel like that.
No, now he's saying I'm gun titles. You brainwashed me or some shit.
You can't feel like
it's crazy.
Yeah, man, because look, he said Daddy lost the first round. I don't even think that round debatable.
No, I
really watched that round.
I did say that.
You did, nigga.
Like sometimes I'll put down the fucking phone and just like listen to the fucking bars because that's what I'm looking for. So that's why I look at shit through a different way.
I kind of feel like it was 1-1. You know, like not even that domino shit. The domino, like they was not, bro. What you? I even flipped the Barbie house. I even flipped Dominique dolls. Like all that shit. Like to me, like, and the crazy part is, I'm a 6-0 Crip. I ain't hear majority of rock stuff because he had COVID, so he wasn't feeling good. So I ain't hear majority of stuff. I'm listening to this, and I'm like, yo, they not flipping over. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
that was crazy.
Bank the Hawk and Dominique Wilkins. They're not responding to none of these. So I'm like, yo, niggas is wild. Oh, all right, cool. It's that type of battle. All right, Rock, just do your.
So he meant to butcher up the bars too. So Surf is meaning to butcher them up too. How you going on one end and say, I hear every single bar, I know everything they're saying, and then when it comes to actually quoting the bars, you can't even quote it right. You don't hear everything. You got to play it back just like everybody else. And it's even harder for you because you're standing there. I know you want to act like you're above everybody. You can just somehow zone out. Or tell us how the crowd's reacting or how much of the room is reacting. At the same time, tell us every single bar you was hearing and knew what they was talking about. Right. You're just Superman now. Hold it down, Surf. Play it back. Listen. Assess the battle like a real analyst, and then give your critiques or whatever you call this. You're freestyling
just
right
finish.
now.
Because that's how the energy felt in the room. Like, I've been there before, bro. I've been around for 13 years. I know when the room is like, all right, just all you got to do is finish that shit. And to me, you good. Because you ain't going to win this argument regardless.
Yeah, I didn't get that feeling from watching it at home. I got the feeling of like it's a dope ass battle. Where it was like, where it was like, yeah, I got the
nigga,
feeling
Danny walked up to me with the neighborhood. He said, I'd have been in every neighborhood, like for 55. I said, what the fuck?
Come
for
on.
55 and 6-0, you have to be like,
Senior
that
living.
bar that Danny said was for me.
Senior citizens.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Geechi, that was, he said that, like, that was for, like, Rock might not even know what he's talking about, but Surf will know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. That
was hard.
Scary.
Yeah, that shit was hard. That's what I'm saying. It was like he was really in that motherfucker rapping, like, you know what I'm saying, in and out of cadences, all that.
That was the best.
Yeah, that was one of the best dances I ever seen.
Right.
That's how I was judging it from the material. You know what I'm saying? For me, I felt like Rock was crazy, but I felt like in the second round, for me, the only thing for me, like, you know what I'm saying, where I felt like when I was watching it.
So what make his cadences different than flip a nine? Like when he said,
no, it wasn't nothing. That's what. No, that's what I. No, it wasn't nothing. You know, I joked with you about that, but that's what I. But that's what I was telling Greedy, because he said sometimes he felt they was jumping early. But I said when you battle Twerk, it was the same thing. The crowd know you in such a bag that once before you even say that next,
don't set that narrative.
But the difference was for with me, Geechi, though.
When I go to AMG, they responded to something. Hold on. They're like, nah, that's not true. Like when I'm jumping in the pockets with Dan. For Twerk, they only stop in that motherfucking infrared and you know what I mean, certain shit that's like the line. This film.
Right.
I think the only one they did that for him was when he was talking about that. You know, I saw everything straight rock, gate rock. You know, that was getting in the bag right there. Just like when he battled drugs and he did that whole drug scheme.
But regardless of the gas, at the end it landed and everybody got the right reaction. I felt like the gas was warranted. I felt like everything that they cheered at, I was cheering at home. And T-Rock got some fucking
gas.
I ain't gonna lie, he had the bar in the battle with that.
Reactions was, which one?
That guy said that he said, nigga,
you said that's light.
Now walking to that was crazy.
I felt like their battle was the main event and that the room acted like it during Danny's rounds, but Rock's rounds they treated like the rest of the card.
You know. But my thing is though, in reality,
only that Lincoln Park, we rock band.
Don't do that.
They started cheering for him in the third round. Like they started to really fuck with him.
Hey, listen, no funny shit on 6-0. I had to fight for that. Like niggas, no funny shit. I'm not even being funny. Niggas seen niggas get serious and niggas getting like not like that, but niggas like, yo, cuz, come on, cuz. This like niggas had to damn near fight for them to respond. You can hear it. Like if you paying attention to the battle, we're going back and forth. I'm like, yo, cuz, y'all acting weird. I'm responding to Danny shit. What are y'all doing? And then niggas genuinely start responding to Rock in the third, bro. Before that, niggas is shown face. I'm like,
you trying to act like you made them act, and then you say, oh, then niggas genuinely start reacting in the third. Genuinely, that don't sound genuine if you had to freaking make them. What are you talking about? I don't understand. Why do I keep listening to this guy? Y'all keep wanting me to listen to him, and he doesn't. Like, come on, sir. Maybe he doesn't know what's
I peeped that. I didn't know that it was because you had said something. I just noticed that you guys had an interaction.
I heard you say
in like 15 seconds, they started cheering for him.
I heard you tell somebody to stop doing too much too during Danny's third.
I'm like, yo, god damn, bro. Like, these niggas is like, they got stuff in their hand that's not even supposed to be on the floor. Niggas is slamming hats like they Reds. Hats, shirts, all types of shit. I'm like, god damn.
But shit, Danny was amazing.
He was.
No, but like I said, and then again, I still ain't. Every time I go back, if we go back to material, Danny material was immaculate. Like,
that's all I'm saying.
I'm not no fake. Reaction is warranted.
That's what I was saying. I was saying that the judges that we pick can decipher good material to motherfucking
outside
crowd reaction. Right. Like, that's why I wish you was here to hear they breakdowns. They can all do it again, but everything they said had nothing to do with crowd reaction. They broke down.
Yeah, no, I just literally came in here with the conversation of crowd reaction. Like, we not even speaking material versus material. If I'm betting money, whatever the judges say is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm not about to be a nigga that I was just barking on Gay Verb about that shit 4 days ago. I'm not that type of nigga, bro. Whatever the judges say is what it is. Every bet is always a bet if I say bet.
You gotta bring Marv up too. You gotta bring Marv up too here in the listeners. But go ahead, Cola. Like, you can break. I know you finna
get the word
breakdown.
Yeah, I'm finna get y'all a dope breakdown. Facts. Listen, first of all, Midnight's Madness has started already. That's what y'all seen. Y'all seen niggas in there on their sides. They was holding it down like
it's already started.
It already started, sir. That's what happened. That's
I'm telling you.
Now, when we get in this battle was fucking incredible. Geechi, you really broke it down, but this is my perspective on it. First round, you right. Rock was fucking wild and crowd reaction or not. But what Danny did is, like you said, with the rebuttals and being just as fire is where he's still around at. That is a fact. Second round, I gave Rock that round, and I'm going to tell you why. Back to Geechi point. Danny did come out the rebuttals again. His second one is fire as his first in his rebuttals. And when you get to that scheme you was talking about, we seen Daylight do that scheme just as well, if not even way better than
he said
it
exactly.
Hold on, sir. Just like JC, we accepted JC race angle against Sharon because there was a whole different approach of a different kind. Danny's one that different from what Daylight did. That's my opinion. But I thought Rock was even wild.
And that's a true opinion, Cola. That's crazy. I said the same thing. I'm like, didn't Daylight do this? And it gave me the same feeling of how when Daylight did it. And that's true. 100% true.
Totally in a second anyway. Because I know Danny know how to start his rounds off good, but Rock know how to end his rounds very well. And that's what the mismatch is. So I gave Rock the second round. In my opinion, I got it 1-1 going into the third, and everybody in our Discord like 1-1, 1-1, 1-1. So now when we get to the third, I thought Rock come out wilding again. Danny come out wilding. But the only thing about Danny third is he definitely spent a lot of time crawling through that crawl space looking for caution. That's a fact. I'm gonna keep it 100. It was short, and the back end of it, he was addressing Lux, Mook, and people that was not Rock. So I gave Rock the round. That's just my opinion. I gave it to Rock 2-1 in a dope battle, but that's my breakdown of it.
Yeah, nigga ain't mad at your assessment. That's what I'm saying. We here for judges to call it how they call it. Nigga ain't arguing no nigga.
I was about to say, at first,
that battle is incredible.
First and foremost, this is entertainment for
Mailman in the building. What's going on? Surf and Black. This is crazy. I mean, he right about the Daylight thing. I said the same thing. I said the same thing. Like, oh, nah, this Daylight scheme thing is heard before. So the second and the third is debatable, but I still gave it to Danny. But I don't think you should judge it on the first watch. I think you should assess it even more. You know what I'm saying? Break it all the way down. But he did a good job. Cole did a good job to argue for Rock. But no, I think that was a good argument.
You feel me? So like you see, niggas don't.
Actually, I take that back that fast. It wasn't the best argument, but it was okay. Like it sells, but I don't buy it. You know what I'm saying? I don't buy it because whenever you, um, whoever you got for the win, I'd rather you tell me why they won, not downplay the other opponent, like nitpick off the other opponent. You know what I'm saying? I think that's more fair. If you could just tell me exactly why they won. So if he would have told me more stuff about what Rockhead did to win that second, and or to at least say I like this part of Rock's thing, you can go back and forth, but I want to hear what the winner did. You know what I'm saying? Your winner did. So I think that's more unbiased. Could be wrong. I've been doing this a while now. How the third debatable? I mean, we talking about for Rock. People giving the Rock, you got a 3-0 too, right? I think the second and the third is debatable. You know what I'm saying? Numbers wise, because I gave it was 8.2 to 8 to a smooth 8. That's just the first watch. And then it was an 8.2 to 8.3. So yeah. So second, I mean you can say clear too. I think Danny Myers got 8.2 or 8.3. So the second is the one that's more clear, but the third is definitely clear.
This
This is all
watch,
straight us
I
having
listened to it a
conversation
couple
and
more times,
back
but I
and forth
still haven't
conversation
judged it
about
all the way.
Fuck that.
but
I
just
fuck with
entertained
that.
us. Like
I'm ranking.
niggas just watch the movie and we talking about it. Niggas be taking it like, you know what I mean? Like niggas want to kill each other, but it ain't that serious. It's a battle, you feel me? However niggas feel is perfectly fun.
No, that battle was fucking crazy. Danny
That shit was
rebuttal,
amazing.
like, Danny rebuttals are
So if they recycle, you just saying automatically that's the default round for you, man. I don't call. I mean, I just don't count that bar. Now that I know it's not recycled, I mean it's recycled. I'm just not gonna count it. You know what I'm saying, but the points that he made against Danny Myers, if you're saying both things, he made good points about Danny Myers. The end of it, some people say it was short. I don't think it was that short. It was just shorter than his first and the second, but it wasn't that short because he's supposed to have like 3.5, 4 minutes. As long as you had that, you good. That's the only thing he could. But that's just a little part. But like I said, if you nitpick like that, you can nitpick both ways. And the daylight thing, that was the second, maybe though. You know what I'm saying? I think that was the second round, but
damn near if you watching it and
but I'm just saying if you nitpick with Danny, then the second is closer, and he gave that second to Rock.
somebody will push him over every time. But if you got to get into the content,
I ain't even say
Rock know how to end strong.
I didn't even say that for twerk, bro. Like no funny shit. I would have like battling Danny. I don't feel like I have to do anything to beat somebody. Battling Danny, I would want to do more. Like I would want to do more than you've been getting from me now. You know what I mean? Like I would be real scary.
I would love to see
I would be real scary against that nigga, bro. Because I know like
I think Danny deserves a battle like
there's
that.
no
He's been
difference.
putting on for a long fucking time, man.
You know what it is? No funny shit. Like when I was sitting there watching twerk, and I'm just sitting there watching it, and I'm like, yeah. You know what I mean? I'm seeing twerk go crazy. I'm like, I would have to do. I just could see what I gotta do and shit. Like I would have to like. I ain't gonna lie. You
low key really gotta watch that battle again to keep it.
You have
up.
to,
I'm
bro.
keep
You
it
have to
with niggas. Like if you really looking at it, if you really want to get to specifics, you really gotta break it. You gotta really get into the battle. That gas don't throw me off though. I know what niggas gonna do on that side. We've been here for a minute.
I'm
like,
about
we
to
know
go
what
to
niggas
the
like.
bootleg right now. You have to watch.
But you gotta watch that battle again.
I got the bootlegs on deck.
Can someone send it to me? Send it to me, Greedy.
Hey, sir, Cuddy. My question for you would have been, would you have preferred you battling Danny tonight, right? You going first? You feel me? If you can help it, you going first, or you gonna go second?
And on the West Coast setting, I'm not going first. And I'm not taking charge of going first in that setting right there. Like I gotta take lasting impression on a away battle like that.
Right.
And then like my thing is, and the crazy part is like again, you know, tears and stuff like that really do matter. So like if two top tier niggas is battling on the West Coast, it's gonna be like I'm talking about one of them for the
You'd
West
be
Coast,
definitely
one of them for the West
satisfied with
Coast. It's
Danny.
gonna be a
If
little
you
less
was going
biased
for
because
Danny,
it's a top bat. You know what I mean? Danny is a vet to us, you know what I mean, and a legend to us, but he's still not respected as like a top tier nigga in the culture. So on the West, they treat, you know what I mean, like they really not
Pardon
acting
me,
like
y'all, I'm
like
eating
Greedy
off
said, they
screen,
not
I'm
acting like
breaking
it's a
this thing
top
down.
tier battle. Like yo, it's okay to just run it. Like it's okay for them to run it. Like they, you know what I mean, niggas wasn't unbiased against Geechi and Lux. Geechi took that shit from Lux. Niggas didn't start off like that. They was treating that shit like it was two niggas, you know what I mean? Like it was some nigga, like it was a riot battle or something. Like, yo, y'all don't gotta like, you know, nigga pull up to the riot and shit. Niggas, you know, you gonna have to fight to wait to get up out of here.
Yeah.
But I ain't mad at him, but I ain't mad at them for how they acted either because it's like, nigga, you gonna get it. I mean, you gotta take that motherfucker out of here.
Yeah, on me.
So
Exactly. Like
okay.
that's my thing with Gas before we get to Marv doing his judging. That's my thing with Gas is like, now Gas is when a motherfucker saying some, for me personally, it's like if a nigga in that motherfucker, you know, he just said some super light ass shit and the nigga in there like,
Let's be more fair, y'all. Let's not let the judges be swayed either way. Let the judges already have. I'm not saying that they will be. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's a better chance that they will be. If they do, it's a better chance if you commentate in and let them hear your commentation. No, let them judge first, then y'all commentate after. Because at least seem more fair. It won't seem like it. Y'all swaying the judges' opinions. Y'all, please stop doing that, Surf. And you too, Geechi. Geechi not doing it as much as Surf though.
Now,
You too.
now, for niggas saying cold shit and that warranted reaction, and the nigga feel like instead of a nigga going crazy for both, a nigga should have went crazy for both. That's understandable. I won't say it was Gas. I could just, for me, if anything, a motherfucker feel like could just say that they felt like some of Rock Boys should have got more reaction, but it still go back down to the material versus.
That's me. I still gave it to Danny, but they was sleeping on Rock. But I'm not going to say they gassing Danny, they giving him energy. They should have gave Rock that same amount of energy, I would think. Material-wise.
Material, nigga, it was still like certain shit that Danny just did more.
Certain shit was better for you. And material-wise.
Yeah, just material-wise, they did more for me. And I watched the battle and thought they both was wilding. Like to the point where if you look at my Twitter, I quoted bars that I thought was fire from Rock, and I quoted bars I thought was fire from Danny. I couldn't even keep up with them. I only was able to probably drop one or two.
Nigga, I barely respond.
They was rapping.
Niggas when niggas rapping, like
because they was rapping.
But Surf, I see that's what real quick. That's what you all not trying to get lost with this bet, and even who you felt like won or lost. Let's not get lost in the confusion that this battle was really fucking crazy. Like, let's not get the fandom, like, because we trying to pick sides, so we trying to shit on one
that was my point when
this battle was fucking crazy.
When I first got online, it was a lot of the fans.
No, I'm just saying, with even with the Gas and
he lost.
this
Like,
battle was crazy.
It was a good ass battle.
No, this battle was crazy. Gas and
that's what I was saying. That was my whole thing.
Because even when niggas not going crazy for Rock, I respect it because niggas still with the stinky face and they're like, niggas don't want to, but that's just battle rap. But niggas really still in there. Like,
niggas use me as Sean for an example, and nigga can't, even if you felt like it was Gas on Sean behalf, he still was fire versus me. You know what I'm saying? Like he still was fire. I was fire versus Sean. Like niggas was able to decipher who they.
My thing is just this, like take JC versus Chilla in New York, right? Yeah. It's like if my thing is just this, if I said 10 bar and you said 8 bar, and like obviously they can't see, like, you know, I'm saying it like, you know, I'm
I know what you're saying though,
because I'm a battle rapper. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm seeing it from that way. It's like if I said 10 bar and you said 8 bar, yes, they should respond better. But if we both want 10, it's no reason for the whole room to just not be wild. So if both of us say a 10 bar and they acting like,
I hate when he do that. He had like, because they battle rappers, they got a judging system now. Shut up. I hate that. Y'all the artists, we judge y'all. So if anything, the fans would have a judging way, like, oh, that's an 8 bar, and we get to choose if it's a good bar or not. He trying to say like, oh, lyrically on the paper, if it don't land, it don't land. Like, but you can look at it on paper and say one whole totally different thing. Got like fans don't do that first too. Why would the artists do that? Man. Y'all had the same, unless y'all being fans at the time. Y'all do know if y'all break the battles down and try to judge your own peers, y'all being fans of them. Right? Right. I hate when you do that, yo.
Your shit a 15, but treating my shit like a 8, like it just changes the distance of what's really going on. That's all. Like, you know what I mean? It just visually looked like. That's all. Like, that's the part that had me tight. Like, you can see it like in the battle. I'm sure when you watch it back, like you're gonna be able to see more. Like, yeah, Surf was. You feel me? Because it's like just the room did not feel like what was. You see how you like it's certain niggas saying like, nah, it's a good battle, but it's really some people that feel like, yo, Danny was walking to him like the room does not show what was going on. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Like you saying it, I was tweeting both from both sides. The room don't show that.
Yeah, I want to we can let Mark go. He might got something to do and shit. Go ahead, OG.
Hey, yo, Geechi. First of all, shout out to the room. Geechi, I tried to hit you earlier, but you don't follow me. I was on uncle duty today. My niece's birthday.
Oh, you missed it.
Yeah, he missed it.
Salute to the game.
Yeah, so I wasn't able to watch. Greedy, if you have the
we'll send it.
Yeah, we're gonna be able.
Yeah.
Please do. Forgive me, brother. Y'all go back and y'all enjoy.
Nah, you good. You good. That give you time to play with it.
That's my brother.
I think one thing that battle taught me, bro, is niggas not playing. Like even the end of the year type shit.
Hey, say that. Hey, Dev, say that again. You cut in and out.
Oh my bad. I was just saying, niggas is not playing. Like niggas want that champion of the year belt, bro. Niggas want that that crown, that respect, bro, and it's just showing from up and down to like the toppest of tiers, nigga.
No funny shit, right? What you also don't, what people also don't realize is like, how many battles was that? 5. But I mean, 10 niggas rap, right? Like as much as niggas was saying, "Oh, this is not a good card," when you really step back and look, niggas was wilding, drugs, JC, Sharon, Sirius, Danny, and Rock. That's 6 niggas out of 10 niggas. Like the matchups was a little ass and sketchy. You know what I mean? But in reality, as far as niggas stepping, niggas was wilding in there.
The part is just as everybody is saying it. Like I was like, what is?
I ain't like that serious and chilling battle. I think serious was dope a little bit, but like I don't. Hey, excuse me. Can I read a DM? I have serious winning. Hey, can I read a DM to the room? Go ahead, G. Where the DM go? This is from Melly Mel 718. He said, "Y'all let Surf come in and change the narrative." This is my response. My bad. Let me beat him up about his own opinion. Give me like 5 minutes. Like what the fuck?
Like
what the fuck be wrong with y'all?
And ain't nobody said they agree. Niggas just always.
First of all, why y'all DMing me? I ain't said nothing about 30 minutes. I'm over here falling in and out of sleep, rolling blunts, doing paperwork, doing business. That's what niggas don't get. Like nigga already dropped his whole opinion and your opinion. Right.
Just because we're here.
Which is how we're supposed to leave me the fuck alone. Like I ain't even said nothing. They in my DM. Why you letting him like Surf just some little kid? Like I'm gonna be like, Surf, stop doing what you doing, Surf. Motherfuckers be expecting when a nigga gets to talking, know that a nigga supposed to always argue. A nigga can make their points and let everybody
and then Geechi like, yeah, I feel where you coming from, cuz I feel like this because, and then I'm like, yeah, I feel why you came like that. That's a bit like all we doing is just
niggas having a conversation,
breaking down the science of the battle. That's it, nigga, and then we pay each other and keep it rolling.
Hey, yo, that person just has never seen adults have a conversation. That's what it is.
Oh, my mama.
Hey, yo, that's a fact, man. It's still Rock 2-1. I just want to say that.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo, Greedy, make a poll for the Midnight Madness. I'm about to tweet. Hey, yo, I don't want to tweet from my page. Make a poll for the Midnight Madness page and tweet it. Hey, yo, Surf, let me holler real quick. What's good, my niggas?
What it do?
Hey, yo, check me out, though. Listen, all right, listen. The East and the West, right? They always been like neutral ground, like so far. Like, boom, everything been like equal. Boom.
That's what Sharp said, I think. I think Sharp said that when he was he said Danny's angles. They said Danny angle was similar to Daylight's when it wasn't. If that's the case, Rock angle was similar to Mike P. Like it's hard to explain, and I don't really know. You know how it's hard to explain because I'm just going by off how I feel when Rock's doing that. If you feel like he's giving you the same feel of what Mike P was doing and saying, then I can't be mad at you. I don't know how you felt. I just didn't feel like that. Do I see what you're talking about? Yeah, but I didn't feel like that when he was doing it. But when he's doing when Danny did that, it felt like, oh, I heard this before. Oh, didn't Daylight do that? That's what I said. So it's just off of a feeling. You know what I'm saying? But I see your point. But it just don't feel it's not the same. Like if the reference don't make you think the same way, right? When Rock was talking about the kids and like I was thinking he even said their names and things. I was thinking more along of his kids and him killing his kids. Yeah, he bring up his wife. He bring up little touch on little subjects. But this nigga Smite P made me look at Danny Myers totally different and his wife. Like I didn't know all of that. It was that deep with his whole wife and going through all that. Like it was a whole deep angle. Like that's nothing the same. But I think y'all just want to argue, just like Surf doing for Rock, just to say anything. Like and that's why I'm just making sure y'all don't just say anything. Like how is that the same? He literally killing all this man's kids. Mike P didn't kill him. How the heck is that the same even picture painting scenario? But the Transylvania making me think that, oh, vampire, oh, they went to Transylvania. They like just did it in a joking type manner. What's name just did it in a hype manner, but it's the same scheme. They pinned the same words too. Like made me think the same. So I don't get it. And y'all keep saying it wasn't though. It's not the same. Okay. All right, we can just do that all day. Not to agree, I guess. But I'm keeping it 1,000. I know that much.
So, P.
I only speak for myself.
This wasn't even a 3-round battle. This shit was a 4-round battle, my nigga. Like, P. Why I say that? Yesterday was the first round in the face-off. If you want to be for real, that nigga Rock took the energy. Even though Danny was holding his own, Rock was talking to him crazy, and niggas felt like Rock had one up. So, with that being said, the battle's on the West now. Tomorrow, niggas going to the battle now.
I literally said that.
See him.
I didn't somebody just else say it? Surfman said. I think somebody else brought it up, and the Surf was like, yeah, that's literally, you know. So not because Surf said it, somebody else brought it up first in this space. But I said it before I even heard this. So they're not the only one. That sound like not because Surf said it. That's what Daylight said. That's not the first time you heard that. Transylvania. No. It's not.
Go crazy on Rock. This is why
exactly. And like,
yeah, man.
That's all I'm saying. Like
Niggas,
the face
want to see
the face off is
crazy
what set the
on
narrative.
Rock.
Like, look, Rock acted so crazy in the face off on him that niggas would see like it wasn't like if they face off didn't go like that, that room would have been an unbiased room. Like, oh, we here to see battle. Him and Rock.
So then bad news. So then bad news.
Yo.
What's up, Augustine? So you saying Real Sick did that? Real Sick did more like what Rock was doing? I don't know. I didn't think of Rock. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. I'm just going, I don't know. Like I said before, I guess it gets your own preference, how you feel. That's why I say it's a 5-2. I heard it before. If my brain goes to the same space before, nah, I don't like that. I just didn't do that with Rockers. That's just me. But everybody got different, you know what I'm saying? 5-2s or whatever.
Philadelphia, my nigga. Then today that battle would have been.
I say overall, you want to be fair. If you really want to break it down and assess it, if somebody made that point y'all making, I don't mean what are you gonna do? So cut this whole round off? Like, come on. Like I said, we literally can go back and forth any little subjects that he touched on Rock before, his chain, anything. But he probably didn't do that though, did he? Let me see. What all Danny talked about? That angle. Like, come on, man. I don't know, man. Like, I don't think nothing was super original that nobody heard about the other person before. I'm trying to think. Even the blue hair. Oh, Denny's blue hair. Tay-Rock's blue hair girlfriend. Like, we're not doing that, though. Let's not do that. I'm just agreeing on That one part, and we only doing that because y'all trying to take off Rock because he recycled a part. I'd rather them recycle than choke. That's just me. I take it off though. I'll be fair. I'll take that part. I'm gonna be fair because I can't.
I get what you're saying.
I'm like, you feel me? So my thing is this, like, and I'm talking about anybody that's probably like when Geechi is stepping, like when Geechi was just stepping on Lux in there, like it was the whole stage going crazy. The whole stage is going crazy when she's going crazy. That's all I'm saying. So I'm not speaking on me. I'm speaking on like, yo, when Geechi is rapping, the whole room, east or west, is stepping. It's like,
I think we over.
That shit was over. But now, if a nigga saying cold shit and that warranted reaction, and the nigga feel like instead of
respected, because niggas still with the stinky face and they're like, niggas don't want to, but that's just battle rap. But niggas really still in there.
Because nigga used me as Sean for an example, and nigga can't, even if you felt like it was gas on Sean behalf, he still was fire versus me. You know what I'm saying? Like he.
I heard that too.
Can I read a DM?
I have serious winning.
Hey, can I read a DM to the?
No thanks.
What happened? Hey, Greedy, make a poll for the Midnight Madness. I'm about to tweet. Hey, yo, I don't want to tweet from my page because make a poll for the Midnight Madness page and tweet it.
Hey, yo, Surf, let me holler real quick. What's good, my niggas?
What it do?
Hey, yo, check me out though. Listen, listen. The East and the West, right? They always been like neutral ground, like so far, like boom, everything been like equal, boom. So, peep game. This wasn't even a 3-round battle. This shit was a 4-round battle, my nigga. Like, why I say that? Yesterday was the first round in the face-off, if you want to be for real, for real. That nigga Rock took the energy. Even though Danny was holding his own, Rock was talking to him crazy, and niggas felt like Rock had one up. So with that being said, the battle's on the West now. Tomorrow, niggas going to the battle. Now, Danny niggas want to see him go crazy on Rock. This is why
exactly. And like,
yeah, now,
that's all I'm saying. Like,
niggas,
the face-off,
want to see Danny
go
crazy
on
on
narrative.
Rock.
Like, look. Rock acted so crazy in the face off on him that niggas would see like it wasn't like if they face off didn't go like that, that room would have been an unbiased.
That's crazy. Surf just stole that man's whole thought and act like it was his own. That's tough, Surf. Let the man finish talking. He like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And take his whole thought. That's crazy. And we didn't even hear him say it. Maybe he did say it, but I don't doubt it. If he said it before and that dude stealing for him, then my fault, y'all. But in this space,
like,
that was terrible.
So then bad news.
That was terrible.
So bad news.
Would have happened in Philadelphia, my nigga. Then today that battle would have been.
Hey, Greedy, take me down.
I got you, brother.
Niggas wouldn't have been choosing picking sides, like going extra. Like, don't get me wrong, Danny was fucking crazy, my nigga. But Rock was just as crazy, and there was times niggas didn't give it up, and that shit was lame. You feel me?
Fact, nigga, I was on the same one. Like nobody reacted, nobody moved. Let's niggas wilding right now.
I'm telling you, my nigga.
But that's the point though, too.
Bill,
that's the point though, too. Though.
You talking me crazy, and then we have
hey, sir,
the next day. My niggas ain't letting you get nothing.
Posting a survey again?
Rock and Danny.
But that's the point though. That's what I'm saying though. At the end of the day, so you like if that's how niggas already know how battle rap is. Even looking at it subjectively, you still gotta separate it and listen to plain material. If a nigga can sit there and listen to that material and say that Rock clearly clipped him in the second round, then you just being objective, nigga. That was a nigga. Danny Myers' second round is probably one of his best rounds, nigga, that he ever done fucking had.
I'm not gonna
clearly.
You can't.
So you don't think niggas could think that he won the second round?
I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying you can't say he won the second round. You could edge him the second all day long. But to say that he only got it because of gas is like, bro, you just I would never. Now you letting the glass count your mind because I'm listening to the boards and I'm like, nah, I got Danny up 2-0.
I'm not saying that. I would never say that.
Yeah. I'm not saying that the nigga just.
If a nigga say Danny got it, I would never fix my face to say. I wouldn't even fix my. If a nigga didn't, I'm not saying.
Yeah, like he said he had Rock. I'm like, shit. I see he broke his point down. I'm like, oh, for sure. Like, cause it was a $5. I'm listening to the
I'm not. A nigga tweeted me that Rock 30. I tweeted back, you're biased.
Fact.
Yeah, ain't no way.
I'm not like Danny won the first one. Like I'm not. Danny was, like I said, Danny was amazing. At the end of the day, for me, with me have like fucking with Danny, how I fuck with Danny, and fucking with Rock, obviously how I fuck with Rock, it's easy for me to just enjoy the battle and not give a fuck. You feel me? Like
exactly.
It's very simple for me to not give a fuck because Danny did good and I'm cool with that. Like I'm
but
not.
I do think right now, like even what he said though, like respect to what News said, I do think right now, I mean, it's probably gonna be like that because it is what it is. But nigga gotta like attach, they gotta speak on that elephant in the room that even though like we can separate some of us, but a lot of the fans who not totally like in the know, or even battle rappers that's not totally all the way right there, they can't separate sometimes that east-west shit. So as soon as they see a little bit, everything is the West is tripping.
The weirdest thing I seen a nigga say that was the most absurd shit I ever seen was they hate them URL niggas hating on Tay-Rock. Nobody at URL hates Tay-Rock, bro. Are you serious, bro? Tay-Rock could walk in URL.
There was a nigga DMing me talking about, man, you better stop all that shit, Geechi. I see you. Like, nigga, I'm not even here, bro.
Yo, Tay-Rock could slap somebody at a URL situation, and they gonna ask him what's wrong first before they hit him back, bro. They gonna be like, yo, what the fuck is the problem, bro? What's wrong, nigga?
That for a long time, Tay-Rock was kind of considered like the face of URL in a sense, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was the one who was Smack's top gunner. Like, and so for anyone to feel like he went in at a disadvantage, like if we look at the polls prior to this, like they had Tay-Rock freaking murdering Danny. I just hope that we
it's not like
narrative. Let me just finish this one thing. I just feel like we just don't let the narrative of gas like change the fact that like I genuinely believe that Danny freaking had a W tonight, and so I don't think the
narrative. Like I don't think I heard not one person that has like swayed or switched what they said from when they first pulled up. So I don't think there's no narratives being like there's no narrative swaying. I think everybody has their opinion, and that's all right. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody like it ain't like a month like I came in here and said, you know what I mean? Yo, that was gas. I think Rock won. That was bullshit. And then somebody was like, you know what? You're right. Like,
no, I'm just thinking about like those days when I used to watch YouTube battles, right? And like it was like me going back and watching old tapes, and I'm seeing in the comments, it's like mad gas, like this shit was whack. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about footage comes out and the masses is watching it. They're like, yeah, the gas was too much for me. I'm gonna give him an L. Like niggas would really give somebody an L for petty ass fucking reasons like that. So that's what I'm worried about. So it could also be like a bad thing.
It's a difference between obnoxious gas. There's a difference between obnoxious gas and gas. Like no funny shit. You could go on YouTube and type that worst hype man ever, and it's this nigga that's wild and like with dreads, like light skin nigga bugging. Like they like I'm not. You feel me? So that like.
That nigga who was battling nigga with Solo battled fucking Swag.
Right, you feel me? Yeah, like you know what I mean? It's not that serious to the point where niggas like, oh my god, but it was just you feel me, it's a little extra. It's not crazy.
Well, you seen the battle of Froze? You watched it?
Yeah, I watched it. It was a good battle. It was a close battle. I mean, I seen all the gas tweets and shit like that. I really try. I'm listening to the bars. I think I heard Shorty say earlier. Sometimes I like to put my phone down and just listen. And I like to do that too sometimes because some weak-minded fans, respectfully, they get compromised by the visual part of it.
Exactly.
Thank you.
I don't know if I back at the certain, even if there was.
He don't know that means he's that compromised fan that gets swayed by the visual. He trying to put somebody else down, but he's the one that said he puts his phone down like that. Why would you put your phone down if it doesn't bother you? So it bothers you, sir. People be trying to sound so smart, but it sounds stupid.
Slightly a little bit of gas for Danny, or just a little bit of edge in the room. I can't really think, I can't really say that had too much of the outcome of the battle. I think people forget how tough the New York crowds used to be on the East Coast, like, because there hasn't been no events in New York in so long, but way tougher than the West Coast crowds, and that's where Tay-Rock come from.
Shot himself right in his face.
I just think Danny was better than it. It was a close battle, and Danny
won. Here's my thing. Because I actually was just sitting here rewatching the first round. And
niggas, please send me the link. I didn't text you and said that to
I got you, bro. So I was sitting here rewatching the first, and like I said, like I genuinely felt like even when I first pulled up, like Danny got warranted reaction. It was just like what Tay-Rock didn't receive.
What that's
made me feel like it was gas.
Yeah, like that, and that's what I'm saying. Like that's you said it further than I was like better than me. Like,
so let him keep talking.
So let's say this. Let's say it wasn't gas, right? And Danny's what they was doing for Danny
say
was
it better
warranted.
than you.
If you know what I mean, it's
Never
the lack
talk.
of what Rock was like. I think if they were responding to Rock the same way, this battle would look different to people. That's all I'm saying. If like people was on some shit like we ain't tripping, like let's see how this battle turned out. I feel like that battle looks different. Like people are receiving it different. If you ask me,
because
even if you say you gonna put the phone down, like even if you put the phone down, you still gonna hear niggas say motherfucker say a bar and then everybody go yikes bar got like you still hear that. Even if you put the phone down. So if you can't say that, the reaction does not. I'm not saying it like we rappers, so I'm not saying the reaction affects like Fro's opinion, like how it would offend.
Oh no, I got you, sir. Yeah.
But you know what I mean? But I'm just saying you still. No, I was just saying that you still could hear. So it does. You feel me? Like if two niggas give me a 10 bar and the crowd go crazy for one of them 10s, that's the little edge over. That's the little edge over one. Oh, that's why this one is better than that one.
And you're right though. As rappers though, I feel like because even when I put the phone down, we all hear a bar sometimes and hear it get reaction, and you know, and like say we.
And the crowd go crazy for one of them 10s. That's the little edge over. That's the little edge over one. Oh, that's why this one is better than that one.
And you're right though. As rappers though, I feel like.
Is he trying to say? That's what. So he's confused too, y'all. He giving credit to reaction too. He have to because he's a performer. He prides himself on making a crowd react. He's saying if the bar is 2 10s, that means the same bar. That means it could be 2 8s. Stay with me, y'all. 2 8 bars, but one get more reaction. That makes the 8 bar better than that 8 bar. How does that make sense? With 10s, he can kind of be sneaky because 10 sound like you can't get no farther than 10. That sounds like the max. But what about 8? If one get more reaction, if you say it's better, you said the one to get more reaction is better. So why wouldn't the bar be at 9? If that's the case, how they still 8s? Both. He's saying on the paper because we're rappers, so they can look at the paper and say that's an 8 bar. That's just the pen. It's all pen work. Obviously, Danny Myers is a better writer. It's not about who writes the best. That's just one aspect of the game. That's not how you judge the bars, is what I'm saying. I'm saying that's one part of it, yeah. But once they actually say the bar, then how they deliver it is what make it one way. A 2, 3, or whatever. 8, 10. I don't know why he's saying 8, 9, 10, but okay. 8, 9, 10. I'm confused. That makes no
Even
sense.
when I put the phone down, we all hear a bar sometimes and hear.
Can't go by crowd reacts. How about that? They put it in the pocket, and as Will said, bond. It's that. It's that. Even if they sleep, it's that. It is what it is. If you're gonna do a bar breakdown, but if you're gonna put everything out, the performance is in and everything is in, then the crowd has to be. If crowd control is involved, how the crowd not involved. So all of this is part of it. You know what I'm saying? They got to put that criteria up, or they can be able to keep just hopping anywhere and saying anything. Nah, put your criteria up, tell us exactly what you're going by, and then we're going to stick to those topics.
It get reaction, and you know, and like say we thought the bar was whack, but it got reaction. As rappers, we be extra critical. Like, oh, that shit was weak.
Right, that's we critical. You feel me? That's
right,
so I'm gonna be, especially so already with my smidge bias because it's Rock. I'm going to be critical of Danny, just but the same way I would be critical of Rock. Like the same way West niggas would be critical of Rock, you feel me? So now when I'm sitting back, even if I want to get critical, I'm like, yo, this whole Sea Creature scheme set up, this daylight shit, the whole rocker weird shit, that's my shit. Like, you know what I mean? If niggas want like are talking about like
facts.
If we want to be battle fans, if you want to be
Transylvania shit, that's daylight shit.
Like, I mean, if we want to be super battle fans and technical.
No,
I'm about to say, and when niggas be reacting,
because I'm biased.
Then it'll be a lot of like, you know what I'm saying? When a nigga
I can do it for Rock
like
too.
like the dandelion, the two lifter, like nigga done heard of Daniel.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Hey, even the Daniel son, like it's just
when they played out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If we gonna nitpick, we'll be here all day.
I'm not. No, I'm not nitpicking. I'm talking about me being. I said already. I said because of my.
No, not to you. I'm talking about Greedy at the top, like facts. You know?
So he can say it, but I can't agree. That's crazy.
Nah, because I'm gonna tell you why. Because you can't like. I'm not saying you can't, but I'm just a little like I'm judging with my technical rapper. I like the technicals of it. So I'm judging Danny line for line. Like no, and people don't feel it because they're not the artist. It's like a fan of judge around in a cluster. Like the response, the bars, all that. Oh, that looked good. That sounded good in a cluster. That's a good round. I'm literally listening to every single bar Danny is saying. Like, remember I said this, right? And I haven't watched the battle back yet. None of us have watched the battles back yet. It's one time where Danny says, "Yo, homies," and point back at his. Like, I'm that critical of the battle. You get what I'm saying? So you can't, like, I'm telling you, he say, "Yo, homies," and then he point back at his homies though. Like. So when I'm speaking about myself and I tell niggas, yo, when I walk on stage, I'm looking at all cameras, I see where niggas at. When I say smack.
He forgot he just said earlier that same statement that, oh, Danny was doing the technical stuff that I like. He did everything right. He just said Danny did all that stuff right. Like pointing at my, he came up to me when he was talking to me, pointing at his homies when he was talking to his homies, and then he was saying that he didn't do it. Come on, make your mind up, sir. You forgot. We forget when you talk that much. You forget what the heck you even say. He forgot he even just said that earlier.
I'm looking at smack, pointing at smack. When I say that about me and I'm critical of myself, nobody got a problem with it. But when I say I'm critical of Danny all the way down to the T like that, it's like, yo, you being I'm extra like that.
Nah, let me just say this because I don't want to.
I'm always like that with myself.
Did you have any of your homies behind Danny in a technical formation?
Nah, hold up, Bill. Hold up. Let me just say this real quick because I don't want to harp on Danny anymore. Because if you know me, you know like I'm a huge Danny fan too, and I usually like don't even be like out of character like this. No, like I'm not. For me, right when Rock was rapping,
he said, "I'm usually not really still out of character like this. I don't know what's got over me. I'm usually more monotone and down, but really gritty. Hold it down, Geechi, Gritty, Gotti, Sue Girl."
And in the first round, kind of like how I was saying earlier, I thought he was going crazy, and I'm like, oh, okay, like it's a tough crowd, like it's been all night, like it's gonna be one of them battles. They just gonna like rap. But then Danny does his rebuttal, and like his first 4 bars just all shake the room. And it's not that they weren't room shakers, but it's like we just treated Rock's round like it was like an Ultimate Madness round, like nobody budged. So why are we shaking the room every time Danny raps? And I it was the West Coast, so I get it, and I don't want that to take away from my opinion of the battle. Like I want to rewatch it a couple times.
That's what I'm saying. Anytime you try to discredit somebody else, you sound biased. So his best bet was to say something like, "Why didn't Rock get reaction off this bar or that bar?" He didn't do that. He's just trying to downplay Danny and sound stupid. Even though there was room shakers, I'm asking myself, why shake the room? Say reverse, silly man, because they was room shakers. Tell us the boy that you think should have got the room shaking thing from Rock, huh? How about that? Since you listen to the battle over again, I hate when people say that. I listened to the battle 6 times, y'all. And this is and the battle just went off. So they like stop it. You're not listening to the battle right now and talking to us. I'm not saying he didn't, y'all, but just what are you talking about? Trying to make his point stick? No. Just listen to it. Give yourself a second watch. That's why don't jump out the window with your first opinion unless you're gonna say all first watch, all first watch. Yeah, yeah.
I think it's gonna
They're trying
actually
to be
make
like
it like
me,
a
but they
doper rewatch because it's kind of gonna be like Tay Rock like fighting back on a rope fight type of classic. But yeah,
I mean, you can't get no harder than shaking a room. What are you talking about? I mean, unless of course you mean just technically, then I mean you can't get around that. Sure, I don't think you're just speaking the obvious. I don't think it. The bigger the room, the bigger that mother would have hit. You got dang right. Because the room shaking regardless. It shook that whole room right there. Don't
they
listen
were
to
both
surf.
amazing.
Don't listen to surf. All you gotta do is listen to the audio. Hold on, let me see if I got it. All you gotta do is listen to the audio. If you can't hear that it's shaking the whole room, he said it on their side, and they all was like, "Ooh," you know what I'm saying? On just the visual too.
Overall, I don't want to really talk about the
Hey,
match
let's
anymore.
not get it fucked up. This is as fans of the culture, bro. This is what we want to do. Yeah, like they gave us a very like fire ass battle, bro. Like
niggas are sitting here and listen to us talk and give our opinion and think we upset. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm on like a nigga that got food on his way to the room chilling and we just talking about it and think we upset. In reality, this is what we want because it's gonna be times when Danny gonna be in Houston or in New York and it's gonna be the same thing on the other side. If somebody watched this shit for right now and said they didn't have like, oh, my opinion didn't change at all, I'm gonna be like, that's cool. Like, it's nothing. You know what I mean? Like, there's gonna be mad niggas that's gonna watch it back and their opinion won't change. Like, that's fine. This is what like it's like. When a motherfucker like Twerk do what like Twerk did in my last battle, it's like we upset and we tripping and we type of way. But then when we get this type of performance right here, and whether a nigga got an uphill battle or it's a away game or a home game or home game, it's like when we talking about it like this, we still met.
For a peace gathering. This freestyle shit, something you ain't able to do. Yesterday, I was gonna flip that bitch, but this is where I turn the tables on you. You just said, you rap more.
See how that's rumbling through the whole crowd? They ain't overreacting right there. That's not overreaction yet. None of it. I said he got his right reaction. Can't call it gas unless they overreact in one person. You got to call it what it is. They just not giving Rock the same amount. I know why the people probably say that. I mean, I ain't mad at y'all. I ain't mad at y'all. But that's not called gas. What's going on?
Nigga, you just said you get paid more than me. Cool. Who you finessing? Yesterday, all that rah-rah shit, who you was testing? Bitch, I was not the white off your team. Then look at that new expression.
See? And that was me too, y'all. That's me. How is on one side of the room? When you just heard it, it's the whole room and me. I'm not in the room. I'm actually thinking Rock might win. Huh? Heck you talking about? Surf just say anything, y'all. You heard that, right? Right.
But this is what we supposed to be talking about. Yeah. Not yo, man. If Danny would have pulled up, this would have been crazy. Like, this is the argument right here. Because every battle,
Mel said him too. He way in Florida. Y'all way in Cali. He way in Florida. How's that, Surf? Not the whole room. One side of the room. Right.
Ain't gonna be equal in no instance. Somebody gotta be away.
I think that's why when niggas be saying like gas shit, like I don't mean like the nigga wasn't snapping and shit, but it's like, can we agree this battle was fire, right? Battle was fucking
crazy.
Fire. Feel like the reaction should have proven that on both sides. That's what
I said that
well
before you got here.
See, dang, he keeps saying it. He keeps stealing the same dude stuff, y'all. That's terrible, sir. That's his point. And that's right. That's well said, young man. Hush, sir. Stop trying to steal everybody's words. That's crazy.
That's all I feel like. I'm like, yo, this shit was crazy. I can see a nigga telling me Danny won. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be mad. I can't argue with you.
I thought Rock, I had Rock, but I felt like when I'm watching that, it might have made me more biased. That niggas wasn't reacting. I'm like, man, fuck that. This nigga really snapping in.
I said that, and I also feel like this is the first main event, and I mentioned this earlier, that has kind of...
Overall, they're not realizing that this is the problem, y'all. I've been doing this for a while. They're not realizing that, yes, they should have gave Tay-Rock more reaction. That's 100% facts. But even with the same reaction on paper, Danny's edging these rounds out. It turns into a preference battle in the second, but material-wise, like how well put together, Danny. And he delivered it where we already can get off that, so we know everything's perfectly delivered. You add in the little material and the intangibles, Danny got it. Rock clearly, even on his performance without crowd, nothing, just seems a little rattled. You know what I'm saying? Might is due to the crowd, but that's not the crowd. Like, you know what I'm saying? He a vet. We can't blame the crowd. We ain't gonna blame the crowd. So if it's rattling him, no, he's supposed to take his poise, and no matter what the crowd is acting like, don't get rattled. Smooth, you know what I'm saying? So Danny's winning in all the aspects, even though the crowd should have gave Rock more. You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem right there. They can't separate the two. Can't separate the two because of the crowd.
Lived up to its like full potential. Like we had to meet.
Anytime you hear somebody be like, I'm not gonna argue if you had I ain't gonna argue if you had Danny. I ain't gonna argue if you had Danny, but I had Rock. And the consensus is Danny. That right there makes you sound biased. We mean not gonna argue. The consensus is Danny. So we want to debate right now. Don't you just want to play it safe? That right there sounds biased to me. I'm like, you might think Danny won. You might even know Danny won. I look at those people like that. You might even know Danny won yourself. That's not how you argue things out. If you play it all the way out.
An event that was a main event, like two niggas went at it, and it was amazing on both sides. And I think that that's something that should be mentioned as well. Like we had a main event that actually fucking was the main event. Like we won, like the crowd won.
Facts.
Hey yo, look. Hey yo, no funny shit. Look, not to cut nobody off. A fan just sent me like a recap of the bars, like the like a recap of like highlighted bars and shit. And I'm gonna just read some off.
Oh, they got the bars.
You know what I mean? Like Rock, I'm gonna go back and forth. Like I'm just starting with Rock, because Rock went first, I believe, right? Right. Yeah. Right. So yeah, Rock in the first round, he had the throat cutter shit, like Surf like so the throat cutter shit. He had the liar's head bust through a wall, Halloween, the CD on the shirt, Christian Dior, the Get My Problems, and I Give My Problems to God, the Dancing with the Stars, the Ghosts Everywhere if you had to chase it'd be Ghosts Everywhere if you had to chase down around. You hear the words head rap feel real sick. Ain't the only West Coast on the rapper that got real sick and died. The Hopping Out the Van, Dan Cobra Kai, the Cold Penguin, Danny DeVito. But then Danny had in the first, all my dudes rolled up for a peace gathering. Yesterday I would have flipped that bitch, but now it's why I flipped the table. That was on a rebuttal. Knock the white off your teeth and then look at Nunu expression. The shot like your shoes, the 12-footer, the getting Rock, not her. The shit I do. Oh my God, I do the Dante. Even the Devil May Cry was crazy. The carry the bait.
That one right there should tell you that he likes. He reading the bars back, and he liked Danny's bars better. So he's thinking that bar for bar, and he don't even know that. He's just doing it fast off the whim. But he's showing that he liked Danny's bars better. He's like, oh my God, he ain't sitting that on none of Tay-Rock's bars.
Like Death Stranding was stupid.
See, stupid.
Drag him for Miles Morales in the.
That shit was crazy.
My fault. I had a phone call. The drag him for Miles Morales in the hood shit.
Yeah, I went crazy for that. The Morales low. Yeah, that shit crazy.
Hold on 1 second. My fault, because my phone had run. I'm just reading off like some good bars type shit. So I'm going with both. That Miles Morales shit was crazy. My birthday is next week, and God blessed me with a 42. Wesley Snipes showed us the vampires a fucking blade. That's light, but yes, that's the shit Geechi said. That's light, but yes, son, walk into it. Close the eyes and then and then have rock on the mind. I said then have rock on the finger. Oh, that was crazy. That was crazy. The cop bar, Rock's second, finally meeting two of his kids after 20.
See, he just right there reading both of their lines, right? He didn't say none of Rock's bars was crazy, but he said 3 of Danny Myers' bars was crazy. So who you think he gave that round to? He'd probably tell you, yeah, Rock all 3 with his mouth.
Yeah, that whole angle, the whole Dominique, all that Dominique shit was crazy in a second.
Now he's
Battle Dad with a Battle White Friday, What Up the Lawn, Hey Miss Parker, Find a Fuck.
I hate to be the one who nitpicky, y'all. But can y'all please explain to me what the heck does he won't be coming home to Dominique? He'll be coming home to Domino's. What the heck does that mean? I kept saying, like, I kept in my brain, like, because what's his name flipped it, right? So he felt a certain type of way. He's saying that he's going to put his son in the oven. I get that part. But Domino's? Do you cook Domino's? That's what I'm saying. You don't even cook Domino's. Do you? Don't you order that? You should have been like, ain't DiGiorno the one you put in the oven and you cook it? That's a reach. But I get it. But then the flip was so crazy, I was like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? It don't even matter because Danny flipped it anyway. He felt a certain type of way because you're saying you're going to cook his daughter, even though it don't make no sense. That's reach. It makes no sense. He got Rock always, he famous for that. He's going to have a part every battle or two that makes no sense. But nobody's saying that because it's just like, okay, but what is he really saying? What does that mean? Domino's. That's the worst name association ever. Dominique, Domino's, huh? Unless you're gonna be like Domino's and Domino's, just calling Dominique Damo, and then no, not even that. That's whack too. No. There's different ways you can flip Dominique. Domino's is not one of them.
The death deadbeat,
But,
the pull a lace.
Like I said, explain it to me. Maybe y'all can help me out. Maybe it means maybe I'm missing something. You know what I'm saying? No.
Got Ray Finkel. See the multiverse shit, the tomahawk steak shit. And Danny went back with
Is your rib eye the meat that looked like a tomahawk steak?
Yeah, that shit was mean, nigga.
That's one of those things that you did, short, like with the
Yo, Pretty, are you there?
That Ali rebuttal was tough. I loved it.
Dang, I forgot how that bar went, short. But you just had a bar so like that.
Yo, that man the gooly Yo.
What was that bar that Danny said about?
Check this out, man. I'm sorry, real quick. Let me say this. I got 300.
So what is okay? We understand Jack Boy is the secretary. Jack Boy his main job, secretary. Stop saying that, Rankins. That's a bar. Anyway, Jack Boy's the secretary. But what is Bill's job? He's the announcement guy. Hey, excuse me, everybody. We just got in 25 tweets in the last 3 minutes. Shut up. Y'all so stupid. You gonna keep saying the same thing? What are you, the announcement guy? You just want to talk. Oh, you guys, my life is so busy. I'm the king of the world. All right, Bill. We didn't even care to hear that. Go back to whatever you was doing. He don't come with no valid information is what I'm trying to say, y'all. trying to be more exciting nowadays. 2020.
And 17 DMs in the past 2 hours.
See?
That's it?
See?
Listen to what I'm saying.
See?
317
He
DMs in
that.
the past hour.
See?
Of people trying to argue with Surf. People calling me all types of things out of my name.
Yo, I don't even know if they like me anymore.
Yo, they hate my guts now, bro. Listen, I'm all types of dick riders and groupies. And I haven't said a fucking word. Bro, like 45 minutes in here. I come to these spaces. I come to these spaces because I said to myself, you know what, Bill, maybe I'm giving too much energy in the space. So lately, for like the past 3 to 4 to...
I told you, he interrupts it. He says something about acting like it's important to what we're talking about, and then he goes on a rant about his own life. I stopped my own life, and I'm doing important things. And come on, Bill, why do you keep doing that? What is that? What job is that? Help me out, y'all. What is that?
3 to 4 days. I come in these spaces. I don't say anything. I start the space. I put my phone on mute. I make a couple co-hosts. I walk out of the room. I'm not even fucking near anymore, bro. You understand what I'm saying? I put it on fucking caffeine to get it streaming. Okay. I got 300.
Okay, this is his space. Even though it's a Greedy is and Bill is the co-host. I don't know about that one. But, whatever.
400 people in there right now. I let that rock out. I sit here in my man cave on the camera caffeine so they can't say I'm AFK and I'm stealing money. I play my video game. I hear my name. I chime in for 10 to 15 seconds. Yo, check this out. I'm just sitting here explaining how I got...
Please don't start over.
So many fucking DMs just arguing with you. They argue with you in my DM. What the fuck do y'all want me to sit there?
Imagine how I feel. I'm dying on this hill for Rock, right? And he's my favorite battle rapper ever. Like, he's the only nigga I fuck with heavier than
all
Geechi.
Types of threats. I think
that's the crazy part. That's the crazy part. Is like when you think about it, right? Like, just think about it. If Rock, like, the hardest person to convince that somebody like after Rock.
That's true too. Like, how you gonna try to say to a Rock fan that Rock didn't win? When it's stuff you can nitpick, you gotta admit that it's debatable battle, even if you give it to Danny. Well, you don't have to admit that, but I'm admitting that it's debatable. You know what I'm saying? And I consider myself unbiased. Now, I'm not saying that you're biased if you think it's a 3-0, because I can see that too. Like, clear. It's right there at the edge of being debatable and clear. I can see it both ways. So just because I can do that, do you? You know what I'm saying? Forgot what the heck I was gonna say.
The hardest person to convince.
This nigga somebody
made a good point. Hold up.
And he's my favorite battle rapper ever.
Right. So at least give the people understand. My whole thing was to say just understand the people that give it a rock. It's just how they explain it. So if somebody say Rock had it, I just listen to how. I'll be like, how are you winning? And then just listen to the explanation. If the explanation sounds legit, you'll be like, all right, yeah. Geechi just did it with Cola. Cola explained it not too good. I don't know if I would have bought that. He would have had a little more explaining, but Geechi was like, yeah. So he explained it good enough for Geechi. That's all first watch. Give us a freaking break. They want everybody to go by what the crowd was doing. The crowd made it look like it was a straight body, 100%. But everybody's saying it was a good battle. So how's a good battle in the body unless you like bodies? I think it's a classic. Not either way. No, it's a classic 3-0 though. All first ones. I still gotta watch it again.
I know they ain't get DM with all types of threats. I think
that's the crazy part. That's the crazy part. Is like when you think about it, right? Like, just think about it. If Rock, like, the hardest person to convince that somebody like after Rock, the hardest person to convince.
This nigga gonna keep going.
The hardest person.
My DM.
The hardest person to convince after Rock will probably be Surf. Or and vice versa, you get what I'm saying? Like, so in reality, like, Danny has to, like I said, I'm going to be beyond strategic, like, beyond technical when watching this battle. If you already talking to Surf, so one, what do you expect to hear anyway? Like Danny would have had to really like wash Rock, and then for me to say, all right, like yo, that's like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? So I don't even understand why people argue so much. Like any other time, it'd be the same thing, bro. That's Surf. Like, why would you expect Surf to say anything else? Unless Twerk is messing. I mean, it's Twerk. Unless Rock is messing up in them rounds, like not getting through his rounds. I'm not just giving it to Danny
like that. Can't say that stupid stuff. I'm not gonna give it to Danny just because, and I'm not gonna give it to say about loss unless he stumbles through his rounds. What? You sound biased out the gate, so that's telling me that his bars could be trash. As long as he don't stumble, you're still not gonna say he lost till you rewatch it or whatever, or admit that he lost, right? So Surf don't know how to explain why he got rocked. So I think Surf got Danny.
because niggas going crazy in here.
I think Surf got Danny for real. I see through all that other
But
stuff. Surf,
yeah,
Danny won the match.
I have 500 DMs, Bill, about how
I don't know how to
I'm
explain
dying on this hill for Rock because I'll be in his face.
He said too many things to let me know that he thinks Danny won. Just my opinion, though. I think he thinks Danny won because first he said, "Oh, when people be like, oh, somebody said Rock won it 3-0. And I said, oh, you being biased. What does that mean? What does that mean? You can look at it different ways, but now if you're gonna ride with your man, ride with it all day. Why would you tweak that out? Like that don't make no sense. That means to me that you think Danny won. Then, like I said, other people are, I'm not gonna be mad at you if you say Danny won. I just think blah 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 blah. And then one of the stupid things he just said right there, because he didn't choke or stumble in his rounds. That's 2 strikes, or even 3, 2 and 3 all at once. We don't buy it, sir. You think Danny won? I don't even have to hear more.
With Surf, and it's okay. Surf's still gonna fuck with me if I say Rock lies, yada yada.
Yeah. Nah,
I'm
listen,
like,
bro.
Rock's my favorite nigga.
Apparently, I'm gonna get my ass beat at the next 73 battles I got coming up.
So y'all saying somebody like Cole and the Black Compass, right? Let's say them. They don't got a relationship and bias for Rock. They just listening to what Surf say. Because I think they already was doing it. I don't think they were listening to Surf. That's just me. So a platform like them, if they got Surf and they know how to explain it right, I don't know. I can't say that everybody thinks. It depends on how you explain it. Surf thinks Danny won. And for sure, I think you got to do it individually. You can't just say everybody. You can't say that, but I see what you're saying. But no, I don't think everybody think that. I don't think you got to think Danny won it. Even like I said, the second and the third. Second and the third. All right. Second, you ain't got to like what Danny was talking about. It's not like he was just going crazy with the bars. Nah, he was more lyrical, talking certain angles and things like that. You ain't got to like angles, those hit or miss. And if you're a Rock fan, you like, nah, I heard this before. Nah, I heard it before. Like, I can see easily you not liking Danny's second or his third. If you're a Rock fan, like, and you don't like Danny Myers, because everybody don't like Danny. I don't think they do.
I can't face reveal.
I got 73. I'm pulling up.
Cola's gun titles. All right, never mind. I know that. I know that. Cola's gun titles, y'all. That's tough. What's up, baby?
All right, so my next 73, I better be ready.
I don't understand why anybody be fighting over battle rap number 1. And number 2, opinions are like assholes. We all got them. So no one's opinion is above anyone.
73, I better be ready.
I don't understand why anybody be fighting over battle rap number 1. And number 2.
I don't understand why anybody would be fighting over battle rap number 1. In that case, you don't know men. We literally fight over anything. What are you talking about? Anything could turn into an argument to cross the line and turn into a fight. So if you don't understand that, you're just talking. I hate when girls try to always jump in people's business, don't know what the heck's going on. This is men they ain't even arguing. Like some of them acting like girls, like Bill, I'm trying to go back my day. Like, no. But for the most part, they're just saying their opinions. Chill out, shorty. Nobody want to fight over this. You know what I'm saying? Just chill out. And if they did want to fight, you should easily understand why. Disrespect. The mouth can get you in a lot of trouble. You ain't know. She ain't know, y'all.
Opinions are like assholes. We all got them. So no
Fans
one's
be sick.
opinion is above anyone else. Anyone can have whatever the fuck they have.
Yo,
with
they
it.
be
Whether
sick.
it's a stupid opinion to you, but you're not gonna kill anyone.
If I say I like apples, if I say I like apples, somebody gonna say, so you hate oranges, motherfucker? It's dark out here.
I'm gonna say this on the comment. You heard me, like
niggas always gotta go the other way.
Like, fuck all the bullshit, but it's like what I did notice in the battle, because I was wondering, okay, how is Surf gonna react? Like, is he gonna give Danny love? And that's the one nigga you would think that he would, I ain't gonna say he wouldn't hate, but it's okay not to give the other battle no love. But that nigga over there, like, okay, Danny, all right. He's even embracing when Danny comes and raps at him. He's not doing no goofy shit. He's standing there. He knows this is entertainment. Like, okay, Rock, make this a good battle. So it's like, for some of y'all, like, niggas is weird, though. But hey, so I did want to, because Danny really I did want to say salute to you for like doing that shit. And I hope that Fame ran at a volume or something like that.
But you said salute for what? You said salute for what? My fault, I was on the call. I just heard the end part. What you say, bro?
Just you being like chill and understanding this for entertainment. So when Danny wilding, I saw you give him credit. And when he come and like talk to you, you heard me saying shit to you. It's like, you know, shut up or this or that. It's like you respecting it, you going with it because you know.
Yo,
it's
I've
like,
been saying that. A nigga can't. That's what I said. A nigga can't shade Surf in a sense of like how I respond to a battle at all. I've been saying it the whole week and the whole week and a half leading up to the battle and just talking about battles. Period is like, yo, this is battle rap. They're like, it's what I'm supposed to do. It's what I mean. I'm getting like, I don't got no problem giving up to Danny because Danny's Danny. So when I'm seeing other niggas like, that shit, you know what I mean, doing a little hand and shit like, that's light, like I don't even like niggas don't even, unless it's really light. Like we all pros. Like Rock ain't saying shit light. If we keep it at 100, nothing Rock was saying was light. I'm not gonna cap about that. So you know what I mean, you see niggas on the side, and all that. It's like, yo, bro, like you feel me? Like you can clearly see me giving. Like Rock could turn and look at me to see. Like I'm like, yeah, that was cool. That was crazy right there. Yeah, that was. You know what I mean, Rock nodding his head. I'm like, yeah,
they both had
like that's good. You know what I mean? Like so, me and Rock
can't
even
say that, Surf. Sound crazy. Sharp, what up, boy? Talk to me again. You hear me? You hear what's going on? He trying to act like they're not. They trying to act like, yeah, he trying to act like he not trying to spin no narrative. But they got literally judges about to judge it. They ain't even got all the ballots in, and he talking like you trying to sway their opinions. Only for this battle, because he's the king of. Yeah, for his battles, he'll talk about the crowd reaction. That's the part that throw you off. Look, I make the crowd react like this. They literally, I can't get through my stuff. So all of that is him just praising himself because the crowd is bamboozled and reacting over him. None of that matters though, right? It shouldn't matter. No way. Sharp, if that was the case, we would like every single bar he said, and that's not the case. We didn't. Right? You're not the king of bars, nigga. You sound stupid. He's good, but no. No, right. Right. Yeah, that was crazy. But that's one of those moments I'm getting caught up in the moment. I will admit that. Like I reacted like that, getting caught up in the moment. And the person, I forget who said it, was like, yeah, it was like a 4-round battle, and that makes sense too. Like, okay, we was anticipating a certain type of energy because of that face off we just saw. That's yeah, and that Danny for sure. So I'm like, Danny is super hype. Like my eyes glued to the screen. So then he had a fire bar out of nowhere with me already feeling like that. Yeah, I'm gonna react like that. You know what I'm saying? But what's wrong with that? That's the problem. What's wrong with that? Gritty trying to act like, oh, but we didn't act like that for Rock's round. Rock went first, and why would we act like that for Rock when it ain't no moment like that for Rock? It's not to build up. We listening to see what Danny. That's just the carry on junk talking that he was did from the face off, and then we waiting to hear what Danny's saying, and Danny just hit us with a rebuttal like that. Like, so how are we gonna react like that for Rock? You know what I'm saying? So don't say it like that. Just tell us what bars. Yeah, just make him sound biased. So he got to tell us what bars from Rock that we supposed to react to like that. That's what makes it sound less biased. But people don't really got none. Right. No way. No way. No way.
Look at this shit like he wilding. I'm telling Rock like we been here before that. That's West Coast. Don't worry about them. He wilding, but don't worry about them. You know what I mean? So it's not. Why would I respect it? Of course. I don't. Why would I not? You feel me? Like it's just battles. Once the battle's over, it's like back to community time.
Right. Nah, I just wanted to, Yerby, just let you know, Yerby. I was watching for that. I'm like, because, hey, we do it like if next battle, if real name battle, sometimes, depending on what, if it's battle for money on the line, nigga, you not getting no reaction out of me. But if it's just a regular battle, I'm going to show love. If it was fire, I'm like, all right, nigga, all right.
There is period. No problem. I mean, I appreciate that, my nigga. You feel me? Like that's what I'm saying. Like, it's no way a nigga could say, like, there's no way a nigga could say.
You don't want your URL battles to look friendly. Period. You want them battles to look how they supposed to look. You want them shits to look as professional as possible. So you're not trying to really be all friendly during the battle.
Like, is that you wanted to look?
Is it real? Most definitely. Yeah, but that's the thing though, Sharp. They do that to their own people, so Apollo is still fair. And New York usually would boo New York niggas too. You got like you ain't never seen Sean get booed in New York, or you know what I'm saying? They don't. So it seems less biased whenever you doing it to everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. California will never boo their people. I don't think they will. That's wrong. So I'm with you. Like, what's up with them? They being biased. You think that's better? But that could sway a battle more. Yeah, I mean it's smart. I'm never gonna say it's not smart. Yeah, of course. Me too. Yeah. I don't even know why Surf saying, "Oh, I was showing love to Danny, so what y'all should show love to Rock." No, not just because you show love to Danny, right? Because if Danny was saying something, I could flip it. If Danny was saying something trash, you gonna still show love? No, you gonna be like, "Nah, that was trash." You know what I'm saying? So I could feel like I don't like what Rock's saying. So what are you talking about? So you don't even get that part. You can't even say that, sir, to a nigga, a grown man. No, just because you feel like that, you better feel like that because he is saying fire. You just showing that me that you're a real nigga. Like I said, I think you just saying one thing, but you really feel like Danny one. So you just don't know how to do it right. Your body, like your reactions, is still showing me that you think Danny's winning, even in the battle. Like, what you mad for? He wanted the crowd to be less biased, which is cool. I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad at that. I mean, but nah, that'll work though. That's it smart. All right, but so are you saying you dumb? Right, but you saying you not that smart? But you saying you not that smart, or you think you real smart? But can you see why he used it? Because it can work. Like he can trick more than he can. Like yeah. Right, right. That's why I keep saying I'm not mad at him. I can't be mad at him if he's trying to pay. Yeah, you know better, but I know we both not tricked by it. But you gotta feed his family, sure. Yeah. He's just trying not to look stupid, so he's just trying to make himself look good. Yeah. Yeah. Right, 100%. Right. Oh, that's it right there. That was the end of that space. But yeah, salute, man. Salute anything. Like it sounds like you ain't getting us. You not getting all the fans. So just in case the surf fans or surf run across this, you ain't tricking us. Danny, 3-0. And now I actually think you think Danny won too. You gotta explain yourself better, surf. You can't say things like gas. You're like, you gotta say, sir. I mean, Rock was not getting this proper. I'm giving you an angle. Take this one and run. Rock won't get in this proper reaction. But that could easily be explained for somebody like Sharp just said, of course, like, why not? He's at home. He should. That's how everybody should be. There we go. That's my argument. Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I said. So people to be like, oh, I'm not mad that you got Danny Myers, but I got Rock. I don't want to argue, but we are gonna argue because you just got Rock. So now you gotta explain why. The heck you mean you don't want to argue? You better explain. I ain't let nobody off the hook. They got Rock. Sorry. Not over here. I gotta hear why. Just like I was asking about Daylight, and I was asking you on Rock's side that time. I actually think Rock won that battle with Daylight. But this time, nah, Danny Myers definitely beat him. I can't even argue for him. You gotta tell me why you think Rock won now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I got some ways too. That's why I say I'm not gonna argue for him. I'll do behind closed doors though. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah. A nice portion now. 10% is that's a nice portion. I give. Oh no! I think he spent more bars than that. I think he spent like 140 lines. No lines, those type of lines, not bars. I tell you, bars is different. Move. His last round 32, 64. Nah, 120. You right, 120. No, 32 is you're right. Versus when you look at a verse like that, yeah. Yeah, I think his rounds was like 5 minutes plus 6 minutes. I think that round was like 6 minutes. I think that round was like 6 minutes. All right. I think that round was 6 minutes in a normal battle. I think they rap probably like 50 some, 60 some lines. I think that's a normal like 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes. And he rapped like 6 minutes. So yeah, I think he might have almost got like one. It's in the mid 120. I'm gonna stick it 120. We'll count them though. They said, what are they talking about? I'm gonna count the lines. That's crazy. I haven't did this in a long time. Yeah, facts. He mad at them. Salute to the gang. Rap life. We see everything. Yeah, A game, man. I'll let us. Appreciate you, Sharp. I know you're in there, Prudy. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to my boy, the mailman.